Alright, so it has been a week, or a little over a week, since the incident with the dog versus the ducks. And as you can see, they're all doing great. The pekin closest to us here, the one in the back, waving its wings, is the one that had the injury. And she's fine. I haven't touched her too much besides the initial time, but she's doing great. The one in the back that had the limping leg is still limping, but it's not nearly as bad. She still has a little bit of a limp, but the first day after it happened, she barely walked that day, so that's when I was really concerned. Now, she's been eating every day and drinking. I've been keeping an eye on her, so it seems like it's definitely getting better. It's definitely progressing, and she's fine. She's eating and drinking. You know, maybe she's going to have a little bit of a leg thing, but I think she's fine. I think she's doing great. So yeah, we lucked out on that one, and you can see they're getting their gorgeous color feathers in. I don't know if you can tell with the sunlight, but the cayugas, the black ducks, have feathers that look green or teal, turquoise, and even purplish sometimes coming in. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. We also are about 99% sure we've identified the male Welsh Harlequin, which is the only male in our flock. And he is the one right here in the middle with the lighter colored beak. Right there with a darker head. His tail feather is just ever so slightly curled up more than the other ones, but the main reason that we knew was because his quack, it sounds completely different than the other ones. Very distinguishing. They have much quieter, raspier sound, so that's how we are identifying him as the male. But they're doing great so far. The way that I treated the pekin was as you saw before, I gave her the bath, bandaged her up, and I kept her in a crate for a night. And then I decided the next morning she looked good, she seemed fine, so I was going to let her do her thing. I also used this wound and skincare, which definitely a good thing to have on hand. I wish that I had had this. I had actually ordered it on Amazon for my chicken that had a scrape on her back, and then it came the same day that the duck incident happened, so it was perfect timing. And you can get that on Amazon or Tractor Supply, anything like that. So I did that for her, and then I just let her be, and she's fine. Same thing with the limping duck. I kept an eye on her, made sure she was eating and drinking, but she seemed fine, and she was getting a little bit better every day, so I wasn't too worried. So far so good. I am going to show you what we did to correct the possible issue of the dog versus the ducks, so that it doesn't happen again. So what we did to correct the possible latch issue, sometimes this latch wasn't closing all the way, which I suspect is what had happened. My daughter's pretty good about not coming out here without me. She knows we've, gotten that through her head. I think that I probably closed it and it didn't latch just quite all the way. So now we have a backup latch, just simple, cheap, inexpensive. We put that on all the gates, so it's kind of like a, secondary foolproof method that, you open it, 2 latches, close it, 2 latches, just double check. And I think hopefully for now that's as simple as it needs to be with correcting that issue. Well, thanks for checking in with us today on this duck drama. Luckily, they seem to be doing great. We definitely learned our lesson, keep learning. But I would definitely recommend, one thing that I wish I had was to get a few, a little bit of your chicken or duck medicine cabinet beforehand. I didn't have anything because I didn't have any issues, and I had ordered it when I had one injury, but definitely buy 1 or 2 things ahead of time. It's pretty certain that if you have ducks or chickens, you're going to have at least a cut or some kind of wound that needs at least some kind of ointment, like the one I showed you. So have it on hand beforehand, so when it happens, you're not freaking out like I was, like I don't know what to do. Also, read up on some of these common injuries and things that can happen to chickens and ducks, so when they do happen, you're not like, oh my gosh, it's completely new. I have been doing that some, but not as much as I should have. So if you read up on it, you're prepared. When it happens, you're like, okay, I read about that. It seems much easier to deal with than just a bloodbath, which was literally what it looked like out here, and I was freaking out. But anyhow, thanks for checking with us today. We'll keep you updated, and we'll be back soon with more videos.